everybody, how's it going? I'm so excited to be in front of you again today, and I have a really great segment. It's Ask Shirley. I love answering your questions, and I selected a question today that is on a lot of people's minds, so I thought it would be just perfect. It's from Katie from Los Angeles, and she writes, "Dear Shirley, we just moved into a new apartment and we now have a balcony. Since we have a lot of downtime these days, don't we all? I thought it would be the perfect opportunity to start a patio garden. Our patio gets about 6 hours of bright sun from morning to early afternoon. I'm a total beginner, but I would love to grow some fresh basil, thyme, rosemary, dill, mint, oregano, as well as tomatoes, cucumbers, and peppers." Wow, Katie, I love that. So she asks, should I start with seeds or should I buy all started plants? What type of containers and soil should I use? And then she says, thanks for sharing your expertise. My pleasure. Thank you for your question, Katie. So the first thing that you have to do, all new gardeners, is to assess your site. Now, Katie, you said that you had about 6 hours of sunlight that's pretty bright. That's great. That's called half-day sun. If you have up to 8 hours of bright sun or direct sun, that's called full sun. And a lot of big vegetables and crops like watermelons and big beefy tomatoes need a lot of sun. But there's a lot of plants that you can grow and a lot of delicious herbs and veggies that a part day up to 6 hours is absolutely perfect. So remember, assess your light first. Okay, so your question is, should you start your herb and veggie garden from seed or should you buy plants that have already been started? Well, that depends on a few things. First of all, how patient are you? Do you want to wait until your seeds start to grow in? Typically, if you grow an herb or a vegetable plant from seed, it's about 6 weeks behind from what you can buy at the garden center already grown in. So that's a factor. The other thing is, what's your growing season like? If you're in a cold climate area, you typically have a very short growing season compared to us here in the mild climate LA. So we've got plenty of time to start seeds or grow from plants, whatever we want. But keep in mind, if you have a short time or you want to start enjoying your food sooner, go ahead and get some plants. So here I have some herbs, for example, that are slow growers. Now, these are amazing. The only thing is they do take about a month to sprout. And so some of these are perennials. They'll stay in your garden year after year. So these you may want to start out with plants. Now, there's plenty of herbs that you can grow from seeds. These are really fast growing seeds. In other words, you can have multiple crops. You can seed some today and start growing. And then I would say, if you use a lot of cilantro and you use a lot of parsley or basil, then sow another crop in about 2 or 3 weeks, and you will have a continuous harvest, plenty for cooking and eating. Now let's talk about vegetables. Same principle. If you have a short growing season, opt for plants. You had another question. What kind of container should you use and what kind of soil? Well, for starting seeds, let's assume you're going to do that, you can use anything that you have at home that's food grade and repurpose it as a seed starter. Look at this. I've got an egg crate. Also, you could use yogurt cups, make a little hole in it for drainage. Awesome. And then as it grows in, I like for my herbs to use terracotta. And the reason why I like terracotta planters is because terracotta is a material that's pervious. So the water and the air go in and out from the clay. And so this is really good for the roots of your herb plants because they're used to not being in soppy, wet environments. They like to breathe. So I love herbs and terracotta. Okay, so when it comes to veggies, I want you to get really creative because they are larger growing crops. So I want you to use up vertical space instead of all of your floor space with a bunch of small little containers. So you want to be careful about how you place your plants. Remember, you can use a stool or a little table that's worn and place your pots on it at different levels. Now I've got an idea for you. Take a look at this picture. I created a vertical herb tower. All you do is you take a 2x2 wood planter, and then I found a wood tomato support cage, and I put it in there, and then I took some of those garden wire baskets, and look at it. I've got over 20 plants in that little 2x2 square foot area. So work the vertical. And then the last thing I want to suggest to you, it's a rail planter. The rail planter is designed to straddle either a block wall in a garden or a rail, and it really comes with some adjustments at the bottom, so it doesn't matter how wide it is. And so now, Katie, you've got this big old rail. Fill it up with a series of these rail planters. Isn't that exciting? You can find most everything from soil to pots to plants to seeds online. So you have everything that you need to get started. And you know what? I'm here to answer your questions, and you know that I will. So post them below, and I invite you to watch Home and Family videos every day. We're posting DIYs, all kinds of stuff. So visit us on Facebook and on Instagram. It's time to get growing, so don't sit there. Go! Talk to you later.